could an old vault stop a bullet? We have a over 100-year-old, 1,000-pound safe here from the late 1800s. This thing is incredibly durable. It's plated with steel. On the inside, it's filled with concrete. It's literally cracking our trailer baseboards here because it's so heavy. We had to get a forklift to lift it and put it in the trailer. This thing, we were told, was used to transport either cash or valuables on trains, in homes, in banks, and in businesses. It took like all the machinery that we have just to get it down here. Pretty sure it's already been shot at. We were told, Zach, if you want to get over here and show, we have what we were told were attempted break-ins of bullet holes here on the side. So late 1800s was like prime Wild West time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that to the fullest extent and say that there was just a Wild West shootout and this thing was on a train car and it got shot at. So we don't know exactly what happened, but somebody attempted to break into it unsuccessfully, it looks like, and I want to see what modern guns will do to it. So welcome to EE Life. My name's Parker. We take anything and everything. We shoot with guns and we see what happens. All right, wow, these doors are very thick. So this is the part that I believe is, oh, they're just checking on us. It's Eagle 1.
Those are your people?
Yeah. You seen if I need anything? Need Chick-fil-A or anything? Did you want anything? Just check and see if we need anything. Hey, Eagle 1, this is Ghost Rider. Can I get a glazed donut? All right, thanks. They're landing right here. Here, let me see the camera. Yeah, right here. That's perfect. Come on, boy, get out!
Hey, how are you?
Thanks, man.
You're very welcome.
See you next time.
Oh, yeah.
You actually got a single donut delivered by helicopter?
Yeah, sure you didn't want anything. I can have them come back. Do you want anything?
I don't think that's necessary.
All right, let's go shoot. All right, so this is the outer wall of our safe. Allegedly, it's filled with concrete and inside the steel, so it's very heavy. Guys, we're good. Golly, they probably dropped me in water or something. It's probably over there. Yep, here it is. Oh! H2O. And then this inner portion right here is another set of double doors protected by a secret keyhole. Key here that came with it. So this is how you get into the second set of doors. All right, so here's the inside of our safe. So,
You okay?
the smell is really strong. It smells like mothballs or something. We'll see if any of our guns can get all the way to the center of it in here. All right, I'm gonna attempt to put Fred in here. So he's gonna go dark for a little bit here. Fred, just get in there.
Is he fit?
Yeah, we're just gonna have to take his arms off. Okay, are you good? Do you need anything? We'll get you out in a couple hours, all right? Goodbye, Fred. He's fine. He lives for this stuff. All right, we've got our Ruger Mark IV here that we're gonna be shooting a round of 22 out of. That's what we're starting with. I have a feeling that it's not gonna do much, Zach. What do you think? Maybe I'll throw a couple rounds at it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go 3 rounds in that right door real quick and just see what happens. Firing.
Little splatter marks.
Yeah, I see some splatters. I didn't even think anything would happen. I didn't even think the paint would chip. All right, here we see our entries here. It did crack off this exterior gold paint, but then you can just see that metal underneath. That's just immediately stopping our 22. So 22, bounced right off, chipped away the paint a little bit. Let's move up to 9mm. All right, moving up to our Glock 19, shooting a round of 9mm, full metal jacket. We'll see what this does. All right, here we go. Here's our Glock 19 against our safe. Firing. Bigger mark.
The same spot as the first round.
Got a bigger mark, man. All right, so it looks like 9mm hit right here, kind of overlapped that 22 shot, chipped away even more paint, but maybe a tiny dent, but not much, man. That steel's holding up really well. Wow, this thing's gonna be durable. I'm starting to wonder if the 50 cal is even gonna penetrate any part of this outer wall. They just built things different back then. More durable and high quality, you know? So to those of you who may be upset that we're shooting a vintage safe, something so old, I have 2 things. Number 1, it does already have bullet holes in it. There's one inside the door. There's all of these on the side from when it was shot in the past. So in a way, we're just adding character to it. And number 2, the only other alternative is that this thing is just gonna sit in a warehouse somewhere and rot like it was when we bought it. It was just like sitting in a garage. So our thinking was we'd rather buy it, shoot it, give you guys some entertainment and get some use out of it rather than just having it sit and do nothing for another 100 years. All right, moving up to our 10mm. We've got around a full metal jacket ready to go. This is an M&P Shield from Smith & Wesson and it's actually the exact same gun that I used personally to take down a polar bear in Antarctica back in 08.
I thought you took down a grizzly in Alaska.
Yeah, I did. That was with the 44 Magnum.
Oh, you took down a polar bear with this one?
Yeah. The 10mm was a polar bear. The polar bear is actually much more aggressive. All right, here we go. Here's our 10mm against our safe. Firing. I didn't even know where that hit. All right, so I think I hit it right here on this hinge. So I'm gonna hit it one more time, dead on the door, and see what it does. All right, here's our 10mm, take 2. Firing. Very similar to the 9mm, honestly. Tiny little dent here, chips the paint, not doing anything, man.
You think these are bullet holes as well? Ow.
I wonder if these are old bullet holes up here as well. I'm kind of curious. All right, we have our Old West safe, and we have 44 Magnum revolver shooting our round here. And this is actually the same gun that I used to take down a grizzly in Alaska.
Yeah, you just told me that.
Have I told you that before?
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is our 44 Magnum against our 100-year-old safe. All right, here we go. 44 Magnum hit right here, and again, did not really do anything. So if you have 44 Magnum, the late 1800s against this safe, you are not getting in. You're gonna need something more powerful. So the guy who sold this to us said that they would actually have these on train cars whenever they were transporting valuables or cash, and those train cars would get jumped by bandits or gangs, and they would go for the safes. And so they had to make sure that the safes were really heavy. Cause I mean, imagine being on horseback and like transporting this, like you wouldn't be able to, you know, even if you were able to stop the train.
Excuse me.
Zach.
Sorry.
Hold it in. All right, man, it's time to move up. It's time to move up to the big boy guns. We have our Desert Eagle. We're shooting around a 50 AE. Let's see if this leaves a more significant mark than our 44 Magnum. All right, here we go. Here's our Desert Eagle against our safe. Firing.
Oh, where'd you get it?
I think I hit the very top. All right, I was very high with the Deagle. We have more of a bulge this time, actually. So the 50 AE was able to get a tiny bit of penetration, but still not much. All right, no more messing around. We got the 12 gauge. This is what I would use in a Wild West bank heist. We have a 12 gauge slug here, and you guys know the drill. Every time we shoot the 12 gauge shotgun, we do a behind the back trick shot, see if we can get it directly in the chamber. I've never gotten it in my life. See if today will be the day. Next week, though, for sure.
I'll say that every week.
All right, here we go.
You hit the handle.
I see it smoking. You see that? I think I see. Is that a hole?
Dude!
We're in.
See the smoke coming out?
Wow, look at this thing.
It's like a chimney.
Oh, you know what that is? That's like the concrete inside. That's just like the dust from it. That is really surprising that the slug is what put a hole through this thing. But man, what'd I tell you? 12 gauge. You're on a bank heist in the Wild West. I mean, you're not gonna break into it, but at least you got in through the outer wall. So let's open it up and see what happened here.
Uh-oh. Look what you did. You got it stuck.
I think it's stuck, man. So I'm not able to turn this handle, so we got this one open, but because that slug hit right here by this like locking mechanism, it's not letting me open it up. Yeah, so Fred may have just found his forever home. Fred, we're gonna try to get you out, buddy. I'm gonna go get the sledgehammer and see if I can bust this and see if we can open up this door. All right, got our sledgehammer. I'm gonna try to just hit this little part of the handle here, see if I can get it to manually open up, see if we can get that door open. Making progress, I think. Oh yeah, it worked.
It worked. Dude, you just broke into the safe.
We're in, bro.
Good job.
So we were able to get it open, thank goodness. Fred, how you doing, buddy? All right, and our slug did not make it through the other side of our door. So we finally had something put a hole through the front, but did not come out the other side of our door. So let's move up to the rifles and see if any of those will penetrate all the way through. All right, the slug was able to put a hole through the front of our door. So I'm excited to see what this one's gonna do. We have our green tip 5.56. We're gonna be shooting it with our AR. We broke out the trusty barrier. It's a piece of 1/2 inch thick ballistic polycarbonate that we shoot behind, and it's super durable. It has served us well. I like it because it is see-through. Hey, you don't have to do the super epic music and text on the screen every time I'm describing something.
Sorry, I just thought it was cool.
It is kind of cool. All right, here we go. Here's our green tip 5.56 against our safe. All right, here we go. Firing.
Woo!
That was some nice pow-pow.
You popped it, dude.
Yeah, popped it. All right, green tip 5.56. Look at that, man. That is a clean entry. Let's see what it did. See how far it went. Did it make it through the first door? Did not. Wow. I thought it had a chance. Honestly, that entry looks so clean, but back is clean here. Fred. So green tip 5.56 penetrated the outside of our safe, did not come through the first door still. We're moving up to our 450 Bushmaster here. This is our round. It is a bit fatter than the green tip 5.56, and I'm excited to see what it's gonna do. Green tip 5.56 and our slug put a hole through the outer door of our safe. What is this one gonna do? Let's find out. All right, here we go. Here's our 450 Bushmaster against our safe. Firing.
Just launched one through there, dude.
I don't think it went through. I actually really don't think that it went through. All right, so there is a big, very deep divot here in the outside part of our door, and you can see the lead here is just like bent. It's actually kind of soft here on the edges. It's kind of interesting, but did not put a hole through the outside of our door. That bullet was too fat.
Couldn't do it.
What's that?
It couldn't do it.
No, it couldn't. So for those of you who don't know, I actually run an apparel company called Yee Yee Apparel full time, right up there in that building. We're a family run business. I run it with my two brothers, Granger and Tyler. We sell hats, we sell tees like this one, and you can grab it for 15% off your first order at yee.com using code FRED at checkout. We just restocked this t-shirt. It was our best seller from the summer, and yeah, you can grab it now at yee.com.
Where are you going?
What do you mean?
Why are we in the woods?
I just thought it'd be cool to do like a scenic walk while I'm talking about Yee.
Oh, you want to go back?
Yeah, I guess. All right, moving up to our gold scar, and we're shooting around a 308. The slug and the green tip 5.56 made it through our door. The 450 Bushmaster did not. Can the 308 make it through that first layer? Can it go all the way through to Fred? What do you think, Zach?
I think it's gonna make it through.
Nobody cares. All right, here we go. Firing.
What happened?
Let's go see. We got a hole.
What did I tell you?
We got a hole right here, man. You're right. Big hole in the front here. Let's see if it went all the way through. We got some dust.
Not quite.
No, didn't make it. Man. 308 makes it through the front. Does not make it through the first door.
You think the 50's going through the first door?
I think it is.
You think it is?
Yeah, I think it can make it. I'd like to think that if it makes it through the first door, it's gonna make it through the second, but maybe it would be just enough to stop it. All right, I'll go get geared up, hit it with the 50, see if it can go all the way through. All right, it's the moment you've been waiting for. We are back here at the back of the range. We have our safe down there at the end, about 80 yards out. We're gonna be prone back here with the 50 cal. We have a standard round of 50 that we're gonna start with. Will it go all the way through? Will Fred survive? Let's find out. Eagle 1, this is Ghost Rider requesting clearance to engage. Roger that, green light to Ghost Rider. All right, hang on, Fred. We're gonna get you out of there. Firing. Fred. Yeah, we're good. All right, here we go. Look at this warped metal out here. Oh, this is like a piece of the jacket almost. Some paint chipping on the outside. Looks like part of the jacket spiraling out. See if it went all the way through. Ooh,
It did.
it came all the way through
It might have got Fred.
this wall, and it looks like it made it through the second wall too. Oh, look at the bullet.
Oh, it came through.
All right, so our bullet ripped through right here, came out this door as well, and then the bullet, I don't even want to touch it, it's probably really hot. Bullet is right here. It didn't go through Fred, it looks like. Looks like Fred barely survives. So it might have either missed him or it didn't even make it through him. Maybe it ripped through and then just fell right here to the ground. I kind of think that it just barely missed him though, right? All right, so our standard 50 did make it through both doors, but somehow Fred does survive. So we're gonna move up to the silver tip. I'm gonna try to line it up a little bit lower and to the left. Fred, if you survive that, you deserve it, man, and you'll deserve the video. See if you can make it through one more round of 50. You are on a hot streak, buddy. You've survived the engine block and the paper video. Can you make it 3 in a row? Good luck. Eagle 1, this is Ghost Rider requesting clearance for engagement of the silver tip. Roger that, green light for silver tip. All right, hang on, Fred.
Nailed it. You are an animal.
Nailed it.
Animal.
Thanks. All right, here's our entry from our silver tip 50. Big hole through the front. If I can get it open.
Pull.
I bet that metal is like pushing into the other door or something.
Pull.
You got it. Whoa. So it looks like it came out here. It like snuck through this edge, and then we just have tons of rubble here at the base of our safe. Another sideways entry. So that bullet came through, turned to the side, came through our door here. Oh, wow. And came through the door and then put a hole through Fred, taking his head off. I think this is our bullet here. That was the first bullet. Came all the way through Fred. Hit the back wall. Here's another piece of the bullet. Think about how strong the core is on those silver tip 50 rounds. It literally broke it in half.
There it is.
Crazy. So our 50 cal came through both walls here, put a hole through Fred, and then hit and put a divot in the back wall of our safe here. And I have to say, I'm very impressed with the 50 cal here. So this flap is actually loosened up right here in the first door, so you can get a look of what it looks like underneath there. So it is concrete. So here's our second silver tip 50 round, and then here was the first up here at the top. Thank you guys for watching. That was a over 100-year-old safe against every gun that we had. Fred did not make it this video, but he gave it all that he had. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
You're supposed to throw his whole body in his head.